All right, you're welcome to Heroic Online Academy. This is another awesome opportunity for us to do amazing things. Yeah, here we're going to. I'm starting to look at the project of my students. Yeah, we are undergoing web development front end competition. So students, we are meant to build project and submit to me. So they were made to build projects, different kinds of projects, web project, and submit to me. So some of them have submitted, and I'm about to start looking at their project, the project they were able to build. Okay, awesome. So I'm going to open the folder that contains their project. So we're going to start from the first one, Ajibade Timothy Gbenga'S 1. Alright, so I'm going to open it in a exam server so that we edit it together. Okay, this is it here already. It's already open here. So before opening it, please, there's something I need to explain something to Ajibade. Okay, so when I opened your folder like this, the way you arrange your folder to me seemed a bit unusual. Even though it's working fine, it seems unusual. Number one, I would have preferred that these folders should be in small letter. Even though it will work fine with capital, but I seriously prefer small letters. If you look at all this Windows folder, you're going to see that most of the Windows folder, okay, let me see if you actually see actual window folder, you see that most of them are, you see this document is a folder, so you see it's not all, they're not all in capital. All these, they're all folders. Desktop is also a folder. None of them are full capital, so naming a folder with complete full capital letter looks somehow to me. Then secondly, this folder, this underscore folder you added here, I don't think it's necessary, because anybody that sees this already knows that this is a folder. So adding a folder is just a kind of, it's adding extra stress to yourself, which is not actually necessary. So if you want to create a CSS folder, just CSS, it's okay. HTML, it's okay. Images and JavaScript. And second, this HTML folder might not be necessary. What you're supposed to do is just this index supposed to come here, outside here, stay here. Then you now have CSS folder, have images folder, have JavaScript folder. The other HTML folder will line up here, but there mustn't be in folder. But if you want to put it in a folder like you did, then try to see if you can make it small, smaller. Okay. But I would have preferred you just carry this, but I'm not going to do it for you anyway. But this is what I'm talking about, like carry this and put it here, like this. Okay. And again, another thing is that when I instructed you guys to build front end project, I was emphatic when I was talking about it. I explained to you guys that it's not just going to be only the home page, and I actually gave you guys enough time to build it. So I don't know why for over 2 months, I gave you up to 2 months, right? You see are still on the home page. I wonder. Okay, so suppose I have other pages, because I actually want to see how you link other pages together. But that's by the way. Anyway, let me put this back. Okay, now let's look at the project. This is the project. Then one more thing. Okay, one more thing I want to say here is, please, whenever I instruct you to build a project for me, please do not go and take a template. Maybe you download a template from the website and try start editing that template. Okay, if you do that, it will be counterproductive. That is, your work will look nice, but in actual sense you are not the only builder. You are just kind of short changing yourself, because this competition is aimed at helping you build a project for yourself, so that if you have a contract, someone gives you a contract to build a full web application for the person, you will be able to do that. Okay, but if you are trying to get a template all the time, that is not, it is defeating the aim. The aim is that you should build everything by yourself to perfect your skill. Okay, so that said, your work is quite nice, but I have to make some observations. Number one, looking at it at the top bar, you didn't add padding, enough padding here and here. So you're supposed to have like 50 pixel padding from here. 50 pixel padding will be from here to somewhere here. So this phone number should start somewhere here. So add it, please, padding from here. Okay, here, same padding, 50 pixel at least. Same with this one. Don't allow this to touch almost, it's almost at the edge of this. Give 50 pixel padding. So this will start from here down upwards. Okay, so that is it. So another one here is, you see this this arrow you use I would advise you to use font awesome, or use any other icon instead of using this. Just, you just typed greater than and less than sign. So using greater than and less than sign might not make it look beautiful, and if you watch, you see that it is not centered. You didn't center it well. Supposed to center it well, so it will be at the center of this circle. But try to use another. You can even use I don't know if you've gotten to, but I believe you have. You've gotten the online shop tutorial, so you're supposed to know about iron icon. Okay, but in case if you don't know that, it's simple. Let me show you iron icon, because I've come to like the other iron icon. You can use it, or you can use any other icon instead of just using let me connect to the internet so that I will show you what I want to show you. Okay, you can use any other icon instead of just typing greater than or less than sign. It doesn't make it professional. We are working towards becoming experts in this. Okay, so as you are working hard, just know that you are working towards becoming an expert, and for you to be an expert, you have to do things expertly. All right. Why this is connecting? Since network is not really my friend today, but that will not stop us. Just use either a font awesome, or use iron icon, or use material icon, Google material icon, any icon at all. For example, if I should say arrow, this iron icon, arrow, for example, now you're going to see arrow. You see all these arrows, so this one and this one will serve for you. Okay, good. Or you can use font awesome, or you use a Google material icon. Anyone will give you a nice arrow, a nice arrow. Okay, so you don't have to use a greater than or less than sign. It doesn't make it look professional. Okay, and all that said, another thing here is, you see padding. You need to give a little bit of padding here. So you have problem with padding, you need to improve. Okay, but I think I like what you did here. It's nice. We need to increase this a little bit. Okay, down here maybe we need to also increase this. Okay, a little bit. Okay, and this button should also be increased because it's a call to action button. Try to increase it a little bit too. Right. Now coming down here, now the images. So the challenge you have with images is that if you watch this image, you see that this image is you deform the image. The image is deformed. So if you watch this image, this is not how this image is originally. They compacted the height, so the height did not maintain the aspect ratio of this image. It is not proportional. You compacted it. Okay, if you use a CSS object fit, what you do is when you give height, 100%, width 100%, then use object fit cover. That object fit cover will make it to be proportional. The image will still look proportional. It will not, you will not compact the image the way you did here. Okay, good. That's said. I think every other thing is okay. I like this. Now here again, you see these are too tiny. Need to increase the sizes of this, stretch it to maybe to get to somewhere here, so to be visible. They are not visible. Okay, so increase it a little bit. You see the same thing with the image. The image is also compacted. You need to make the image proportional. Okay. Here, down here, I think you need to give a bit of a padding here. Maybe you maintain that 50 pixel padding. Okay. But if that's how you want your padding to be, that's okay. But I would have loved you to give more padding a little bit. That every section will be separated with a padding, 50 pixel padding. Okay. So everything, every other thing is okay. These are okay. But what I want to be sure that you are the one that did this. Make sure you did it. You see the padding again, padding at the edge. So do you see this one now? It doesn't correspond to the padding by this left side. So like I said, you have a serious challenge with padding, so you need to work on it. Width here, the padding here should be at least 50 pixel or more. Same with this side 50 pixels as well. Okay, to make this these boxes to flow quite well, use display grid. Use grid. Okay, if you use grid, if you follow my tutorial very well, you are going to see where I used grid templates with columns. If you do it very well, this thing will stretch quite beautifully, and the padding here will be maintained. Okay, so that's here. Still under here now, you also need to give padding here, 50 pixel padding at the end of each section. You know, this is a section, you give 50 pixel padding. Okay, even this one too, little bit of a padding up. You know, padding normally makes a website looks more it will make it not to be too busy. The website will not be too busy, to be more organized and more professional. So please take your time to do this well. Okay, these ones, they look well, only that this same padding 50 pieces. Then since there are 3, try to see if you can center them, make them to be at the center. Okay, make them to be at the center since there are 3, or you stretch them to the end here. You can use I understand that maybe you are using smaller computer and I am displaying it in a larger screen. That's why you're seeing it like this, and that is why responsiveness comes in. That's where responsiveness comes in. You see, responsiveness, you need to learn more about responsiveness, so that when you finish developing your website, if someone that is using a bigger screen is viewing it, it will still look beautiful. Someone that is using a smaller screen is viewing it, also look beautiful. So it's all about just work on the padding. Okay, for example, here again, needs to this I don't know. Okay, just this is a box on its own. This one is a box. Maybe you need to separate this a bit better, so that it will be okay. But I don't think it's bad. It's alright. Then one more thing here. So you see there's no space for email. You need to shift this button at the end here. Move the button here. And to do that, just target the input here. Okay, then you give it flex 1. It will move. Maybe this box that contains the input and button, make it flex. Then now you target this input, make this input flex 1. When you give it flex 1, it will push this button to the end here, to stretch to the end here. Okay, so do it that way, and you're good to go. Like I said in the beginning, you did not connect this navigation. You didn't create other pages to connect it. Okay, so maybe in subsequent just make all these corrections. Okay, make all the corrections right now. You might not have time to connect all other pages for now because we are running out of time. We're supposed to start the voting process immediately. So think that's all. Just make all these few corrections. I will make a video to show you how to, the next line of action, the next thing you need to do after making the corrections. Okay, thank you so much. Good luck. All right, then the next thing I need to look at is you have two websites. This particular one, we're not going to use it. It's actually my own, the website I use to teach you guys. Okay, I use this particular website to teach you guys how to develop online shop, so I won't actually make use of this. You just have to use this one for the promotion, okay, as in for the voting. So but let me quickly make corrections here. So you see that you didn't adjust this quite well. This supposed to get to this point, okay, and all these ones too. You see, because you're using small screen, so you need to work more on the responsiveness of your website. Even though I didn't seriously look at the responsiveness of the other ones, but I know you really need to work on the responsiveness of it. So this one you need to also work on stretching it to the end. Okay, if you use grid will do a good job here. Okay, I know that as a beginner this will be a bit challenging to you, but you need to keep trying. The fact that I'm doing so well in web development is because I did not give up when it was difficult. I kept working and I kept trying. Then this sign you're using for Naira sign is not what you're supposed to use. You need to get Naira sign, HTML Naira sign like this. You can say Naira HTML. Now you are going to see what you're going to use now. Do you see this sign? This sign here, if you copy this now, paste it wherever you have Naira, or wherever you want to put Naira, or this one, wherever you want to put Naira, just copy this, put there. It will appear as Naira sign for you, so you don't need to use this one you're using here means a number, just like saying number 1. So if you're using it in a price, what it means is number 50,000. So it doesn't make sense. So it's not a Naira sign actually. Okay, so you see this one supposed to stretch to the end here. Okay, and the padding, you still have a big problem with padding. A lot of things to work on. So please take your time, work on all these things. Padding, you see there's no padding by this side, okay, so just have to keep working. Okay, it will get better as you keep working on it. Thank you so much. Like I said before, you are not going to use this one. Use this particular one for the competition. Thank you so much. Let me check the responsiveness quickly. Let me quickly check the responsiveness. Okay, I think that's quite responsive. Okay, that's quite responsive. Even though this is supposed to be centered, when it is responsive like this, then you center these things. Okay, but I think it's quite responsive. And this one you will just need to amend it. Like I said before, please, if you got this, because I'm looking at this, seems to me like you just downloaded a template and use that template, then you will start editing that template. If that is what you did, please next time try to start from beginning. If you truly want to learn this and be good, you can be looking at this template at a template, but make sure you did everything by yourself. It will help me to know your weakness and how to guide you. Okay, but if you just copy a template and use everything there, it won't give me that opportunity to know your weaknesses and how you can go about improving. Okay, that said, thank you so much.